Carlos Mendoza is going to be your 2024 Mets manager for the New York Mets. Yes, Carlos Mendoza is going to be the manager. This is All Things Mets, where you share the latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on this channel. Definitely, Carlos Mendoza is the Mets manager. He's going to have so much pressure going into 2024. You know, after the Buck Showalter situation in 2023, you know, with the Mets not having a good season, really having a horrible season, you know, only 70-something wins. Not very good. Not very good. Not what you want out of, you know, a team that went 101 in 2022. You know, got 101 wins and just 61 losses. So you want this team to be successful in 2024, and Carlos Mendoza is going to be the Mets manager, and he's going to have to really connect with the players. He's going to have to give these young guys a real chance. He's going to have to be stern. He's going to have to trust these guys, but he's also going to have to, you know, make sure that he stays on top of these guys. Like a guy like Brett Beatty, like a guy like Francisco Alvarez. Don't let these guys be comfortable. You know, that's what I would say for Carlos Mendoza. I think he should, you know, be on these guys. Let them know, you know, you're here to be successful. I want you to be successful. But, you know, don't let them slack off. Get them out there early in, you know, in practice, and get them out there early in the batting cages. You know, you don't want to see any laziness. You know, so that's what I hope for Carlos Mendoza as a manager. You know, when it comes to him as a manager, he's never, you know, been a big league manager. This is his first time ever. So this is going to be a big, big year for Carlos Mendoza. And I like the guy, man. I appreciate the guy, the way he speaks about the New York Mets. He feels so proud to be, you know, a New York Mets manager, a real major league manager for the first time ever in his life. You know, he speaks very highly about the organization. You could tell that he really wants to be in the organization. You could tell that he really values the organization. You know, and he's going to be, like I said, the first manager ever, you know, in his life. This is his first job as a big league manager. Yes, he's had some experience, you know, under Aaron Boone as well with the New York Yankees. And he did manage a couple of games, I would say 20 games that Aaron Boone, you know, got ejected. So he was the, you know, the interim GM. But that wasn't the big, you know, major league experience that you would want. So the Mets, you know, they wanted a guy like Greg Counsell. They wanted, you know, somebody with experience, but it didn't end up being that way. So they went to Carlos Mendoza. And I just hope that this guy really stays on these players. Like, I want him to, you know, make sure to stay on top of these players. I want him to stay on top of the veterans as well, like a Francisco Lindor, like a Pete Alonso. Don't let these guys get comfortable, man. That's what I want to see out of Carlos Mendoza. I want him to challenge the staff. I want him to challenge, you know, the lineup. I want him to mix it up. I want him to find consistency in the lineup as well, you know, with the pitching rotation. I want him to do a lot of things for the New York Mets, but this is not going to be an easy job, guys. You are going to be a major league manager for the first time in your career, and you're going to be of the New York Mets, the New York Mets manager. That is a tough job, because it's not in Milwaukee, it's not in Chicago, it's not in Seattle, it's in New York. And New York is the biggest, you know, media place, you know, so it's a lot. It's going to be a lot to handle for him. And, you know, he's going to get asked a lot of tough questions. He's going to be hammered with so many, you know, criticisms. So I just hope that he can handle that, you know. And I like that he was, you know, with the New York Yankees. So that shows that he already has some New York experience, you know, being around the coaching staff. That's what I like about Carlos Mendoza. But when it comes to him in 2024 and the roster, I want him to make decisions, but I want him to make confident decisions, okay? I don't want him to, you know, just be a puppet for the front office. I want this guy, Carlos Mendoza, to work with David Stearns, to work with, you know, Steve Cohen, and work with his coaching staff and make the big league decisions. You know, I don't want another situation that, you know, we had with Buck Showalter, you know, last year, and Billy Epler, and that, oh, they need to play Daniel Vogelback every day in the lineup, you know, and Buck Showalter didn't want to. That's what I don't want. I don't want Carlos Mendoza to be a puppet. And I really think that this guy is going to be a really good manager for the New York Mets. I really have a lot of confidence so far. Just the way he speaks about the organization, just the way he feels so genuine. You know, he feels really, really genuine. And I liked Luis Rojas as well when he was the manager of the New York Mets, but I think this guy is going to be a really good fit for the New York Mets. We will see at the end of the day what Carlos Mendoza becomes. You know, is he going to be scared to make big league decisions? Is he going to be confident in all his decisions? Because it's not going to be an easy job. He's going to have to manage the bullpen. He's going to have to manage the lineup. He's going to have to get guys on the bench at bats. He's going to have to stay on top of these guys, you know, and, you know, talk to these guys, communicate. And that's what I really feel like, you know, what we need from him. I need him to communicate with the young players, because you're going to have a lot of young players in 2024. You got Brett Beatty. You got Mark Vientos, okay? You got, you know, a whole bunch of young players. So you want this guy to be, you know, a manager that you trust. So I just hope that Carlos Mendoza can bring that to the New York Mets, because if he doesn't, then I don't know what the New York Mets is going to be in 2024. But yeah, man, today is spring training. Today is the first spring training game. I'm just going to say, I just hope Carlos Mendoza does a really good job for the New York Mets, because this is such an important job. And not a lot of people are talking about what an important job this is really going to be for Carlos Mendoza, because this is going to be his most important job in his whole career ever, you know, with the MLB. So we'll see what Carlos Mendoza does. We'll see, you know, how he makes those decisions. I'll definitely, you know, keep making more videos, keep you guys, you know, consistent on the news and what's going on with the Mets. But if you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. This is All Things Mets, where you get your latest Mets media. And I am out of here. So LFGM, stay blessed.